What's up, fam? What's up? Pastor Don here. Welcome to Get Up Right Morning Drive Devotional. I want to revisit what some of you may feel like I'm just continuously beating a dead horse, but I'm going to beat it again. We put a lot of energy in what clothes we wear and making sure we accessorize. We pick, choose what we're going to do in the run of a day. We're very methodical about several things in our lives that we plan out vacations, and if you like me, you believe in God one of these days to be able to retire. Where do you want to retire? All those kinds of things. All those things having to do with still existing, being alive. But what saddens me, what breaks my heart, is when grown folk, adults, have made no preparation to die. I'm not talking spiritual. I'm not talking about you got your business straight with the Lord and you're going home to be with the Lord. I ain't saying, I'm not talking about that. You don't have any life insurance. You have nothing in place to leave. I'm not talking about leaving people money. I'm talking about having left something here for them to, your family members, to give you a decent homegoing celebration. That's what I'm talking about. And call me cruel. Y'all gotta forgive me. I don't know what's wrong with my doohickey here today. It's bouncing big time. Call me cruel. You might even call me inconsiderate. Whatever. But if you are a member of my church, the church in which I pastor, that God has placed me to oversee your soul, even your cousin, anybody, I'm not letting you wash my car. Not for that purpose. I'm not buying a barbecue dinner. I'm not buying no chicken. I'm not giving no money in the parking lot or the red light. Not for that. Not for that. It makes no sense to me, as inexpensive as life insurance is, that you don't have life insurance. And I know some of you, well, what about if you can't afford not to have it? Now, if you've got wealthy family members, you have that kind of rapport and relationship with them, that they're going to pay for your service, that's fine. But the easy and quickest way to deal with people who don't have insurance is what they call a straight cremation. You know, you pay several $100s and cremate you, and then your family decide what they're going to do with you afterwards. They're going to do a memorial service, they're going to spread the ashes, whatever the case may be. But to have no insurance whatsoever, I find that problematic. There are companies out there where you don't have to even take physicals. And even if you have pre-existing conditions, you're not going to get no hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. I think if my memory serves me right, I think there's 10, 20, and 30,000. Those are the amounts you would get for people who have pre-existing conditions like myself. But I have several of those smaller ones on myself. And being an employee for the state, they automatically give you one. And then pastors, check this out. I'm not recreating the wheel. I promise you I'm not. I have a policy, my church has a life insurance policy on me that they pay. They pay it. And they being the church and my wife are the beneficiaries on that. That policy is split right down the middle. They get their monies, my wife gets her money, and that policy alone is more than enough to do what my wife and I have decided to do as it relates to me transitioning. So the others are enough to help my wife keep herself afloat, and money's for my children. Every one of my children, every one of them, all five, because they're so very young. When we got these policies on them, that we were able to get in the 6 digits on every last one of them. Every last one of them. Very little money. We pay those policies. And it's out of sight, out of mind. You don't see it. You don't bother with it. It comes out of, what am I saying? I'm simply saying, y'all quit with this whining and foolishness. Thought process that you got time to do. No, you don't, man. Time is of the essence right now. That we get what we need in place, in order, so that when you transition, it'll be no stress, no struggle, no strain on your family members. I was late coming to the party with a lot of this stuff. And I resented the fact that I thought, well, I'm young, I'm making all this money, if I die, so you can do this, that. But that's a horrible way of thinking. So the reason why I'm coming at you the way I'm coming at you, because I thought the exact same way. So I want to encourage you, family members, please, y'all, get some life insurance. On yourself, on your family members. You need get 2 beneficiaries. Get 2. If you got kids that aren't, you got loved ones who aren't the best planners or the best business folk. Don't use them, because what's going to happen, they're going to get that money, and the rest of your family may not see a dime of it. You get some responsible people in place to do what you need to do. Pastors, get some insurance on you, and that way that your church will be able to still function in your absence. Y'all know how, and my members know how I feel the moment that I leave here and I'm still the pastor of the church. My wife has been given precise instructions per myself. Clean my office out and your office out. Get on. Move quickly. Because people have a tendency, I'm not saying this is what will happen, but I'm going to close the door so it won't even get a potential that it may possibly happen. I've seen what happens to first ladies when their husbands transition. I've seen it. I still see it. When the honeymoon of the shock of that person transition is over with, that lady, yeah. I've only seen it in one instance where that wife became the pastor of the church, and the church still flourished and blossomed. But that pastor had started putting that in place years ago, and it's working. And but that's one instance out of several. So put some stuff in place, y'all. Put some people in place that once you leave here, boom, it all works out for the good of that ministry. It works out for the good of your family. It works out for the good of your children and your business and blah, 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 because there possibly could be hellacious medical bills. The whole gamut. You got to take all these things in consideration. And I guess you probably think, what's this all about? Y'all, by the end of this month, already that have deceased, they're already gone. 4 that I will either preach and or have to be in attendance for because they affect my church. 4 already. Just this month. Y'all, this ain't no joke, man. And the youngest of them that have transitioned, that I've already preached that service, he was 18 years old. Y'all, please. And that 18-year-old service had a little bit of a delay because they had to raise funds. Y'all, we don't have to, no. I want y'all to hear my heart. And it's already bad enough on me and these families that someone has transitioned. I don't do well with that as a pastor. I don't do well with it at all. But then to have that lingering over your head that you gotta try to raise some money, not cool. All right, y'all. That's my devotional, or that's my drive, that's my rant, whatever you want to call it. But the time has come for us to be who God has called us to be. And we're not dumb people. We're not lazy. We're not slowful. Y'all, we're not any of those things. We just need somebody to sometimes assist us in doing what will come back later on and be a blessing to us and for us. All right? I love y'all. I'm at appointment number 1. Today's that day where I will be humping all day. All right, peace.